getting the Fall Classic will be starting this Friday, October 25th, day before my birthday. Where you will have maybe the biggest matchup ever. We're gonna talk about that now. The Los Angeles Dodgers will be hosting the New York Yankees. This is usually that matchup you get at the beginning of the year where everybody's like, who's gonna be in the World Series? And everybody uses two big teams, and it never fucking happens. It's usually some random ass team. Last year we got the fucking Diamondbacks in there going up against Courtney's Rangers. This year you're getting the series that I believe, even as much as people hate, and I see a lot of y'all niggas on Twitter acting like bitches. Where y'all up here, oh, I don't want to see the two most spending teams play for the championship. Is bad for baseball. How we gonna go up here and shit on sports owners all the time, like we always do, and then get mad at ones who actually spend money? Like you're basically backing up the owner of your team who wants to be cheap. This is the shit I want to see. I want to see the big payrolls. I want to see the big market teams acting like big market teams. I want to see shit in the fall. It might not be. Juan Soto might go to LA. You never fucking know at this point. If you look at Hal Steinbrenner's face on the night they clinched, he looked like, damn, I got to pay this nigga at least $700 million now. Like he was happy, but also like, shit, price of the brick then went up. I like to see all that. And the star power, if you're not a fan of baseball, if you're a casual, watch this. I know people who don't watch nothing who hit me up like, man, I can't wait to watch this series. You got the two MVPs, who are going to be MVPs this year, Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani. You got my man Mookie Betts, got Giancarlo Stanton, Juan Soto. Hopefully Freddie Freeman can give them something. He did not look good with his foot out there in the NLCS. But my question to y'all, it's about the significance of the matchup. It's the 12th time they've met in Major League history in the World Series. First time since 1981. Nobody here but Bang was alive when that came. And Bang, that's not a shot. If you're in the green room, you said that yourself in the first hour. Don't slap me on Saturday. But first time since 1981. Is this the biggest matchup on paper in World Series history? Courtney, I'll go to you first.
Just to answer your question real quick. Yeah, 100% on paper. This is a massive matchup. But I just want to not that you said anything wrong, but people are so upset that, it's evil empire versus evil. This never happens. There is so much parity in Major League Baseball that these matchups are so just infrequent and uncommon. We should be so excited as fans of the game to be able to watch, finally seeing these payrolls and these guys with these payrolls, these teams, I should say, be rewarded for spending all of this money with at least a trip to the big dance. This is crazy, and we should absolutely just appreciate the greatness that we're all about to witness, because this is going to be so good for the game. I don't care who you're a fan of. This is great for the game of baseball.
Mikey, man, what's your initial thoughts on this matchup?
I mean, if you're Rob Manfred, you're grinning from ear to ear. The sport of baseball needs this. Just to put it into context, this is the first time since 1976 that the World Series is going to have the MVPs from both leagues going up head to head, and the team in the AL with the best record versus the team in the NL versus the best record. So for everybody that's been bitching, saying, oh, I don't want to see that, I don't want to see that, you've never seen it for the majority of your life up until now, that you're getting the best of the best in baseball playing each other. There's not much more that you could ask for. The lineups are loaded from top to bottom on both sides. You got the two major markets. You have two very proud baseball franchises. You have two guys that, one of Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani will be getting their first ring at the end of, this calendar month. Juan Soto potentially getting his second, Mookie potentially getting, what would this be? His third, so there's a lot of Hall of Fame potential. This is as good as it can get. We're going to get into kind of our predictions a little later on, but I'm extremely excited for this.
Dante, man, tell me what's your feel on this matchup? Because I'm this is the most excited I've been for a non-White Sox playoff series probably ever. I'm very hyped about this.
This is probably the greatest World Series of my lifetime. I think because I have no personal ties to it. It's obviously 05 was very, personal for me. Even not being a Cubs fan, seeing them go to the World Series, that was something that was big. But no, I think this is outside of possibly, the Subway Series that happened when we were in high school. This is the biggest World Series of my lifetime. Without a doubt. You have 6 undeniable All-Stars, 7 if you
I just want to say I was not in high school doing the Subway Series. I was not that old.
we weren't. No. We went in like 8th grade when the Subway Series.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
no, we was in 6th grade, nigga. Subway Series 2000.
Okay, well, yeah. We went in 6th grade. My bad. But no, outside of that, outside of those two, because I think the Subway Series, this is it, bro. And but everybody who's complaining about it, this doesn't happen often. Like, it's rare we get the clear 1A and 1-1 on each side that come and they clash and go for the World Series. So I'm extremely excited about it, bro. I think, and it's also dope that Mookie was having a shitty last 3 playoffs, and he's hitting well going into this. Aaron Judge was playing like shit. He woke up. Juan Carlo has been hurt for the last 3 seasons. He's playing out of his fucking mind. So you have the best of the best. I hate all of the injuries to the Dodgers pitching staff, but I still think even with that, with the amount of bats you have, with the amount of sheer star power, guys like Max Muncy, he's not a star, but he's fucking dope. Kike, we already know how great he is in October. This is going to be a extremely exciting series, bro. And now it's just going to be a chess match with the pitching staffs. And it's going to be crazy to see, bro.
Right. No, and to piggyback off what you were saying, like, we have the star power, but then you got Gleyber Torres, who's been fucking hooping, going up against the likes of Tommy Edman, like you said, Kike Hernandez. You got Jazz Chisholm, you got Verdugo, you got Teoscar Hernandez. We remember what Teoscar Hernandez did in the Bronx in this earlier this summer, fucking hitting 3 home runs over the weekend. So like, this is from top to bottom as good as you can get it. Yes, we're all gonna talk Judge and Ohtani,
playoff
Mookie,
Tommy Edman. He just won NLCS MVP.
Exactly, but this series is going to come down to those other guys, and it's crazy because this is the only sport where other guys are going to be put in position to deliver, and your stars might, sometimes the bat might be taken out of their hand.
Definitely, man. Let's get into our actual predictions here. I think, Mikey, what you said what the betting line is for Vegas right now?
So the
underdog.
So the Yankees are a slight underdog, I think, at plus 105. The Dodgers are favored at minus 125. And then this is a 2-3-2 series, correct?
Yes.
So
exactly.
So
games in the Bronx. Yeah.
Right, and there will be no weekend games in the Bronx. The weekend games will be in LA. So it's gonna be very interesting.
I think for me, man, this is so much of a pick'em series, in my opinion. I don't think that anybody is wrong for who they're picking this. I think at the bare minimum, this is gonna go 6. I'm praying for 7. I think what's interesting about this matchup is I think the pitching edge goes to obviously the Yankees. Dodgers been hurt, starting pitching's not there. Walker Buehler actually has been playing pretty good in these playoffs, which I didn't expect, coming off 2 Tommy Johns. Jack Flaherty's been, hot and cold. He had a couple good starts, got lambasted against the Mets in game 5, I think that was. Both bullpens have been strong, but the Dodgers have just been so offensively potent this entire playoffs. I think they set a record the most runs in the national NLCS in history. You got Mookie's been on fire. Ohtani is 18 for 22 of runners in scoring position. Like, that's just some. I don't even think you can do that on MLB The Show. That's such an asinine stat. And you've got the others who've been putting in. Tommy Edman. You got Will Smith had a big 3-run home run last night. They're gonna need more from him. Same thing with the Dodgers. With the Yankees. You got your stars, but I think Jazz Chisholm. He's been slumping. But who says the Jazz can't get hot? Who says that Gleyber can have a tough series, like a good series? There's so many different ways for this to go. I think the edge that you get will probably be to the Dodgers because if you want to say experience, I don't know, that might be a little overrated in baseball, but they've been there a couple times. Like you said, Mookie is trying to win his 3rd championship. As much shit as we give Dave Roberts, this is his 4th World Series appearance in 8 seasons. This is a battle-tested team. And the number one thing I've been hearing we want to have a parade. We want to have a parade. We all know they won a championship 4 years ago. But there's only been one Los Angeles team to have a parade, and that has been the Los Angeles Rams. Lakers weren't able to have theirs. Dodgers weren't able to have theirs because of COVID. They want to have the parade. In fact, this is the first time they've clinched the Dodger Stadium in a long ass fucking time. So you got that. And I think that's going to come down to the very small matchups. Who's going to be better managerial wise? Is it going to be Dave Roberts? Is it going to be Aaron Boone? Who's going to manage their bullpens better? Very, very small mistakes that usually will fuck you up in any series are going to be magnified, I believe, because of the star power of each of these teams. Well, I don't think any lead is going to be safe. I think we saw that in the Guardian series. Yankees didn't give a shit about that. We saw that with the Dodgers. No, I don't. Unless it's like an 8-run lead, which I don't see happening in any of these games. This is going to be games that's going to go down to the wire. I'm going to pick the Dodgers in 7. It would not shock me if the Yankees win. Obviously, I do think they have the edge pitching wise. I just think that Mookie and Shohei are just in such a crazy tear right now. Not that Aaron and Juan and Giancarlo Stanton aren't, but I'm gonna go with the Dodgers. I think them having home field helps a little bit. You can't put too much on regular season matchups because this is regular season, but they played well in the Bronx this year. I'm gonna go with the Dodgers in 7, and I think the Dodgers actually had a parade, in downtown Los Angeles, for the fans out there. Courtney, we you got the Dodgers having me like me. You've been doing very well by doing your part of not watching the games.
Listen, for context for the people out there, the Dodgers have been playing better when I didn't watch. So I was like, you know what? I got to do my part, and I have to just like watch from afar, aka following along the game recap on the MLB app. So you're welcome, Dodger fans. You're welcome.
Courtney texted last night like, "Can I watch now?" I was like, "No, it's 3-1 game."
No, and fair because it was like the top of the 8th, and I'm like, you know what? Let me relax. We'll wait three more outs. Then they tacked on those insurance runs, and I was like, okay, yeah, I think we're safe now. But yeah, for me, I will say this series is a coin flip for me. Obviously, I'd love to see the Dodgers win, and I am going to take the Dodgers in 7. But it's just going to be one of those things where I said it before, like we started our postseason picks, right? And I'm not doing like I told you guys so, because I definitely had the Padres winning. But for me, I said it at the beginning that it's going to come down to the bullpen. Whose pitching is going to be best? And I know the Dodgers are kind of overly reliant on their bullpen right now, but I do think that that's going to be the thing that gets them by. I'm taking the Dodgers in 7.
All right, Mikey, which way you leaning for this one?
It's tough, man. It's really tough because, like you said, the starting pitching edge goes to the New York Yankees, but then when you're going up against a lineup as potent as the Dodgers, do you really have an edge? Like Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole isn't really Garrett Cole that we've seen, from 4 or 5 years ago. So then you have guys like Rodon. We know how that experiment could go. So for me, as much as I want to go with the Yankees, and I talked about in the previous segment about, the other ancillary, team members, Gleiber, Austin Wells, Jazz Chisholm, those guys. I just have more faith in the Teoscar Hernandez, the Will Smiths, the Max Muncy, the guys that actually have been there. So I'm riding with Ohtani.
Okay, got the Ohtani job.
I'm riding with Ohtani. I'm riding with the Dodgers to win this. I do think it will be in 7 games.
Dante, I know you picked the Yankees at the beginning of the season. I know you're sticking with that. Tell me why you got the Yankees in the series.
Oh, it's easy. Everybody's overlooking the pitching advantage, but I think that matters. And not only can do they have better starters, but they can actually be strategic with their starters because, for example, Nestor Cortez has been pushed to a, long reliever in the playoffs, and that's somebody that you can piece you can get a couple games out of Nestor. Same with Garrett Cole. I don't need Garrett to be the old Garrett Cole who's giving me 7 innings every start. If he can give me 5 really strong innings, then I take him out and I can turn it over to my pen, and then I can bring him back on short rest if I need to. You give me 5 more. Like, you can really piece it out. And then with the bats, they got the bats. You got Aaron Judge, you got Juan Soto. Juan Carlos Stanton, to me, that's one of the big reasons I'm sticking with the Yankees.
Why are we calling this man Juan Carlos?
Because we niggas and we niggas and
we niggas.
that motherfucker's name is Michael Stanton. That's that nigga's name is Michael Stanton.
Juan Carlo, Giancarlo. What we gonna call his mama named him Michael? I'm gonna call him.
I'm calling Michael.
But
right?
no, I think he's really been carrying this lineup, and that was somebody who, you know, for the past 2 years they had to wrap him in bubble wrap. He couldn't even play the outfield anymore. This is somebody who used to be a decent defensive player, and because of the injuries, he could barely run, bro. And so it's to the point where it's to the point where you gotta love what you're seeing from bro. And so with that being said, I am sticking with my pick. I'm going Yankees in 6, and I'll say this. For as star-studded as the Dodgers lineup is, don't be surprised if it's not an exciting 5-game series. And the Yankees
don't say that.
Winning it. Yes, I know 100%. I think the Yankees have that type of talent, and this offense is rolling like that to where you can get them out of there in 5 games. With that pitching, 5 games. Either way, Yankees get ring number, 27, 28, 27?
28 wings, bro.
28, yeah. They've been saying 27 for fucking 90 years now. I'm over it.
We
so cool. Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah, we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line.